Y'all know what time it is. Allegedly with Brittany J. Let us get into it. Huh! Allegedly with Brittany J. Truth coming through, better clear the way. Cases, headlines, trials, tea. But she keep it classy, you can plainly see. Allegedly with Brittany J. Prayers going up every single day. Mom of 6 with a heart so strong. Real one here, you can cannot go wrong. She do not gotta scream, she do not gotta fight. She let the facts talk loud. Every move she make, from the missing in the trials to the news that breaks, she bring truth to the table. Yeah, that is her lane. She lets people talk, lets opinions ride. Open to the what ifs from the other side. Speculation cool when the respect stay true. She gives room for thought, lets the audience view. When the lies start flying and the trolls get bold, she do not fold up and she do not get cold. She respond with class, let the record be known. You can keep that circus, she is staying grown. She got family at home and a purpose in sight. Still showing up strong when the days get tight. And she praying for the people when they need that love. Trying to better herself while she looking above. So tune in close, let the real one stay. It is allegedly with Brittany J. Allegedly with Brittany J. Truth coming through, better clear the way. Cases, headlines, trials, tea. But she keep it classy, you can plainly see. Allegedly with Brittany J. Prayers going up every single day. Mom of 6 with a heart so strong. Real one here, you cannot go wrong. Facts matter, opinions, welcome. Prayers up. Allegedly with Brittany J. Come, prayers up.
Apparently, we got people that like to zoom in.
Hello, guys. Hello. Welcome, everybody. See who all's here. Mary Dean, Carolina Moon. Nice to see you. Buckeye Tricia, nice to see you. Hello. Pamela, thank you so much for becoming a member. Welcome to Club Mabel. I appreciate you. Let me get you around the phone. Dawn, thank you so much. Nomad Beads, hello, how are you? Nice to see you. John Treadway Studios is in the house tonight. Nice to see you as well. Hello. Hey, just a RN, how are you? Hey, Grammy 8, nice to see you. So good to see you. Glad you're here. Let me see. Carolina Moon, always a pleasure. Let me see. Hey, Nomad. Did the hat fit Emily? I forgot to ask. Not yet, Nomad Beads. Not yet. Her head is a little too small, but she will grow into it. And when she does, I'll be sure to get you a good picture for sure. I love the blanket. I love the hat. Nomad actually crocheted Emily a blanket and a hat and a little toy, like the cutest things. And Nomad, I love your choice of colors too. Yeah, but that's a good thing, Nomad. That's a good thing because she can wear it for a while. I'm glad. I'm glad it's a little big. She'll be able to wear it for a while. Let me see. Hey, Josie. Hey, Ryan. How are you? Nice to see you. Hello, Franco. Nice to see you. How are you guys? Let me see. let's see. Okay, so tonight we are going to oh my goodness, I want to give a shout out to Jay. Jay is for Justice. I actually I was over in her on her stream earlier today, and she was going over the sentencing of Kouri Richins. And most of you guys know that we have covered that case pretty extensively. So she was going over the sentencing, and I was watching it on her channel, and I was like, oh my Lord, there it is. Kouri Richins, was so smug. I could, like, I said, we have got to talk about it over here, and we've got to review it. My heart absolutely breaks for her kids. I just don't know how a person can be so heartless and cold about another person, especially someone that you took as your husband, the father of your kids. It's crazy to me. Crazy. Let me see. She did, Franco. She did. She did, but the thing is, the really interesting thing about this case in particular is Eric Richins, Kouri's husband. He knew she was trying to kill him. So, like, I still have so many questions that we'll never get answers for, but that's one of my biggest questions out of this entire, nightmare. Is why did he stay? He knew she tried to poison him with a sandwich on Valentine's Day. So why would he stay? And you know what I mean? And why? And okay, fine, you stayed. Say it's because of the kids. Why on God's green earth would you continue to accept food and drink from her? The night he passed away, she spiked his drink. That was what led to his demise. I don't understand. Hey, Deeple, how are you? Hey, Jiggy. Come on in, guys. Come on in. Hey, KW10. Hello, Kim. Nice to see you. Hey, Opal. Come on in, guys. Hello. How are you? Okay. So I'm gonna address the elephant in the room. I know that we have members only set in chat. Just bear with me, guys, and please keep the patience. I'm obviously, hey, what? $3.99. Nice to see you. Obviously, I have it set like that for a reason. It's probably about the only way that we can have a peaceful night. So, does it mean we have less people in chat? Yes, but it'll be all right. Let me see. I think so too, Deepool. I think so too. He probably stays with her thinking that he would be able to prove it. Maybe. He even knew that she changed his life insurance policies and put it in her name. All right, sorry. Give me a second. What? Has been a member for 9 months. We made a baby. Look at you, girl. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let me get you. Whoop, whoop. Doo-doo. Just RN said, let's have a good stream and love the true crime. Yes, let's have a good stream tonight. Welcome, everybody. I'm so glad that you all are here. Try to do the best I can. Hey, PJ. How you doing? All right, let me go ahead and pull up Kouri. Give me just a second. Okay, hold on 1 minute. I still have makeup mob on from yesterday. All right, give me just a second. There we go. Boy, I tell you. All right, so I think I want to start out with here we go. All right, give me just a second. Hold on. I think we'll start with this. The children's statements. That one gets me. Now, let's pay attention to Kouri. So obviously her 3 kids have guardian ad litems, I imagine, or some type of like spokesperson to represent them. And they have statements. Let me see. Okay. Hey, Chloe Joe. All right. Is there anybody in chat who's not familiar with this case? Or who's might listen in that's not familiar with this case? Okay. No, it's okay, Chloe Joe. You did not. So for a brief recap, Kouri Richins was married to Eric Richins, and they had 3 kids together. And Kouri here, the lady in the green that you can see, she decided that she was going to poison her husband and take all of his money, life insurance. She had tried to switch the life insurance policies into her name. She I mean, she she basically poisoned her husband and took, tried to take all the money, and she stole tens of thousands of dollars from uh Eric Richins when he was still alive from his business. She basically used her husband for money. Um and she was in a full relationship with another guy the entire time. So very, very selfish indeed. She was found guilty. Oh, and here the most one of the most diabolical things that she's done after spiking her husband's drink with fentanyl, uh lethal lethal a lethal cocktail of fentanyl. Even more than that was she wrote a book. Yes, even more diabolical than anything was she wrote a book after her husband passed away. And it was a children's book, and it basically was about her husband coming back and watching over the boys. It's the most disgusting thing. And she promoted this book, carelessly promoted this book on national television on a local news affiliate close to her. She was very proud of it. So Kouri Richins is very cold, calculated, and has not shown any emotions. Lord. All right. So we're going to go through this stuff. He suspected she tried one. Yes. Well, she did. He got very, very sick, Laura. If you remember, she purchased him a sandwich from his favorite place on Valentine's Day. And she spiked his sandwich with a hefty dose of fentanyl. For him, luckily, he took some Benadryl because he thought he was having some type of reaction. I think he took some Benadryl, and he had injected himself with one of his son's EpiPens because he thought that maybe it would, whatever was going on with him, it would help him or whatever. He didn't know if he was having like an allergic reaction. And he injected himself with an EpiPen. He took some Benadryl, and he went to sleep. And so, yeah, I don't know. Yes, the title of the book was Are You With Me? Yes. Possible to spike drinks, not food. Well, I mean, she basically sprinkled the fentanyl on the sandwich, and he did get sick from it, and he knew she tried to poison him. He told his sister. So If you look directly behind Kouri right here, so here you have Kouri Richins, right? Directly behind her right here in the black.
Take your time.
I mean, in the black and blue right here, that is Eric Richins' sister. Directly behind Kouri. That's Eric's sister. How hard it must have been for her to sit here behind the woman that unalived her brother. I could not even imagine how the type of restraint. Look how close they are. I mean, she's right behind, directly behind her.
My name is Jessica Black. I'm a licensed clinical mental health therapist and a registered play therapist. Myself and my colleagues are here today to read the victim impact statements for 3 children.
Oh my goodness.
We are here as advocates on their behalf. After a developmentally appropriate process, the boys were able to decide individually how they wanted to share their statements, and this is what they chose. Our roles are to read their words exactly as they wrote. The boys want the court and the world to hear their side. This is from WR. I woke up to sirens, and there were a lot of people at my house, and I was definitely scared. I felt confused. I was in a bedroom with my brothers, and I didn't know what was happening. At first, I was really scared because I didn't know what was happening, and I had no control, and I felt helpless.
This is her. This is the kids. This is impact statements. I just need to reiterate this one time. This is impact statements from Eric and Kouri's kids. So I have not listened to this. Messed the spelling up, Josie? Did I? Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and get into it. I'm ready to listen to it. I have not heard this. So y'all please click that thumbs up and thank you for being here.
I felt really overwhelmed. After my dad died, Kouri would put us in the basement while she was with the neighbor. I felt scared because I thought something really bad was happening again. She would take me to places that smelled really bad. Everything she did made me feel uncomfortable.
Whoa.
When someone talks about Kouri, it makes me feel hateful and ashamed.
Oh my
She
goodness.
took away my dad. It's made me have a hard time trusting people. I was scared that Kouri's family would come to my school and take me. I had to go to counseling with DCFS in Heber, and I did not like it. DCFS made me talk to Kouri, and I couldn't do things that I wanted to do. I felt not important to anyone. I feel a lot better about myself now than I did with Kouri. I can't ever see my dad again. I want her to go to prison forever. If she got out, I would be so scared, really mad, and I wouldn't want to go with her anywhere. I'm worried that she would take me away from Katie and Clint. Once she is gone, I will feel happy, and I will feel safer and relaxed and trust people.
Look at Kouri's reaction. Look at Kouri. Like I one of the first things that I noticed about this when I was watching it earlier was I don't think that her attorney really explained to her what her making faces or reacting to what is being said is not going to help is not ultimately not going to do her any favors whatsoever. Oh, she looks like she wants to get up and tackle that lady, doesn't she? Does she not look evil as hell right there? She has no remorse, no feelings, as a matter of fact, it's written all over her face right now. The audacity. How dare they say these things about me? Are you kidding me? I'm not the problem. Like, you can see it. It's all over her face right now. Right, Buckeye Tricia? She's not doing herself any favors. Like, the whole time I'm like, hello, you idiot. You haven't been sentenced yet. The judge is watching you. Dagger, yeah, she looks like she hey, Just my girls, good to see you. All right, I'm going to go back a little bit and let you hear that again. Listen to the words of her kid. That's heartbreaking.
Everything she did made me feel uncomfortable.
Everything she
When
did
someone
made me
talks about
uncomfortable.
Kouri, it makes me feel hateful and ashamed. She took away my dad. It's made me have a hard time trusting people. I was scared that Kouri's family would come to my school and take me. I had to go to counseling with DCFS in Heber, and I did not like it. DCFS made me talk to Kouri, and I couldn't do things that I wanted to do. I felt not important to anyone. I feel a lot better about myself now than I did with Kouri. I can't ever see my dad again. I want her to go to prison forever. If she got out, I would be so scared, really mad, and I wouldn't want to go with her anywhere. I'm worried that she would take me away from Katie and Clint. Once she is gone, I will feel happy, and I will feel safer and relaxed and trust people more.
Thank you. Christina.
Yes,
Good morning.
Your Honor. I am Christina Greening. I'm a licensed clinical social worker, not registered play therapist, and I will be reading for AR. You took away my dad for no reason other than greed, and you only cared about yourself and your stupid boyfriends.
So she's reading for Ashton Richins.
No reason other than greed.
Heartbreaking.
Yes,
Good
Your Honor. I am Christina Greening. I'm a licensed clinical social worker, not registered play therapist, and I will be reading for AR. You took away my dad for no reason other than greed, and you only cared about yourself and your stupid boyfriends. You were not caring and watching over me and my brothers. I had to be a parent to W. C and I would walk him to the bus stop, feed him, and watch him. You were not concerned about our health. When we got hurt, you didn't even care. When C got ran over by a side-by-side, you still made him go to the soccer game that day without taking him to the doctors first. You would lock C in his room, and I would have to go to the kitchen and bring him food. You shamed us when we didn't want to eat uncooked lasagna you made. We threw it away because we couldn't eat it. Then you made us watch videos of children starving in war areas. You wanted to scare us into eating something that wasn't cooked. You wouldn't let our dog outside, and then the dog would pee inside. You created this problem, then you would smack my dog on the head as hard as you could. You wouldn't let me put my kitten in the garage for safety at night, and we found it eaten by raccoons the next day. You wouldn't let us turn on and use the heater lamp for the chickens and bunnies, and they froze to death. You would always argue with my dad and lock the door. You were not playing the role as a real mother does. You were doing the opposite. Now my dad can't be my coach anymore, can't be at any of my games. He won't be at my birthdays. He can't teach me how to drive. He won't be at my graduation, and he can't take me camping or fishing. You made me paranoid about sleeping on my dad's side of the bed by saying I might die or get harmed when I was just trying to be close to my dad after you killed him. You took away everything from me and my brothers. I don't want you out of jail because I will not feel safe if you are out. You have never said sorry for anything that you have done to me and my brothers. I don't want you to hurt anyone again. I know that you will need to stay in jail to fully take accountability for what you did to me, CW, and my dad. With you in jail, I will be able to continue to feel safe and live a happy and successful life without fear of you hurting me or anyone I love. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Sarah?
Yes, my name is Sarah. I'm a licensed clinical social worker and registered play therapist, and I'm going to read the victim impact statement for CR. My name and age now, my name and age I was at the time of the crime. CR, age 12, now 13. I was 9 when my dad was murdered. What I would like to see happen if the perpetrator is convicted of the crime, I would like to see Kouri get a life sentence. My thoughts regarding an appropriate sentence for the person who is accused of this crime and if they are found guilty. I think Kouri should get a life sentence because what she did is very sick, because it had no reason to happen and it impacted a bunch of people, including me. These are some reasons why I think she should have a life sentence. The information I feel is important for the judge to be aware of in sentencing. I think the judge should know that my dad was a good person, and very thoughtful and kind, and helped whoever needed help. He was always taking the extra mile to help people. My physical injuries as a result of this crime are as follows. I was sleeping and then I went to get a drink of water, then went back to bed. And when I woke up shaking and Bailey called the ambulance and they came and I couldn't talk for a while, I think Kouri had something to do with it because she didn't call the ambulance. She called Bailey and Bailey called the ambulance.
Whoa. Whoa, wait a minute. Whoa. Hey, Cinderella. Let's go back. So I didn't know this. So now, according to the kids' statements, she was making them eat cold, uncooked food. And let me go back. Wow. Let's go back. Wow. Tacos are good. Yes, tacos are always good. That's what I was thinking, but I ran out of tacos. Oh, just my girls. Y'all do me a favor, please. There's 291 listening. If you don't mind, please click that thumbs up. This is the first true crime that we've done in a little while. And yeah, I'm trying to get back in the swing of the true crime. So not two, but in just my girls in part of the country we call the midwives. Oh, okay. Hey, Carolina Moon, thank you. Let's see. All right, y'all ready? I know, Laura, right? That's what I'm thinking. Right? Let's see. All right, here we go. I'm going to go back just a little. All right, here we go.
Thoughtful and kind and helped whoever needed help. He was always taking the extra mile to help people. My physical injuries as a result of this crime are as follows. I was sleeping and then I went to get a drink of water, then went back to bed. And when I woke up shaking and Bailey called the ambulance and they came and I couldn't talk for a while, I think Kouri had something to do with it because she didn't call the ambulance. She called Bailey and Bailey called the ambulance. At the ER, Kouri resisted to have my blood drawn. And kids who usually have this kind of seizure is when they are a few months old to a year old. I learned later that Kouri bought more fentanyl and had it in the house when this happened. I think this is what happened. She did what she did to my dad in the living room.
Oh, wow.
My experienced emotional injury because of this crime is described as follows. Sad. I feel mad that I have to feel sad. I went from being scared for my life to feeling really good. I was scared for my life because I didn't eat that much. Kouri was always drunk or gone. I was always locked in my room. I can't remember, but I am pretty sure the lock was on the outside. Kouri threatened she would kill my lizard because we didn't want to watch some weird show with her. All of our chickens died because there was no food or water.
Wow.
My rabbit died because we didn't have food or water. The goats almost starved to death because she bought moldy hay and she didn't water them. Nothing.
Whoa. Let's go back. Wow. Whoa.
Result of this crime are as follows. I was sleeping and then I went to get a drink of water, then went back to bed. And when I woke up shaking and Bailey called the ambulance and they came and I couldn't talk for a while, I think Kouri had something to do with it because she didn't call the ambulance. She called Bailey and Bailey called the ambulance. At the ER, Kouri resisted to have my blood drawn. And kids who usually have this kind of seizure is when they are a few months old to a year old. I learned later that Kouri bought more fentanyl and had it in the house when this happened. I think this is what happened. She did what she did to my dad in the living room. My experienced emotional injury because of this crime is described as follows. Sad. I feel mad that I have to feel sad. I went from being scared for my life to feeling really good. I was scared for my life because I didn't eat that much. Kouri was always drunk or gone. I was always locked in my room. I can't remember, but I am pretty sure the lock was on the outside. Kouri threatened she would kill my lizard because we didn't want to watch some weird show with her. All of our chickens died because there was no food or water. My rabbit died because we didn't have food or water.
Look at
the
her
goats
reaction.
Almost starved to death because she bought moldy hay and she didn't water them. Nothing ever got fed or watered. It didn't feel good to worry about.
Her reaction. Like, just my girl says, I know all about no hot sauce. Oh, that's funny, Josie. That reaction she has on her face is everything. That right there. If a picture was worth 1,000 words, you guys, that one's worth 1,000,000. Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me? All right. all she had to do was to get a divorce, but no, it was all about money. So now look, she has nothing. She's so evil. Yeah, and she has not showed any remorse whatsoever. Period. Hold on a second. Casey Nicole, thank you so much for becoming a member. Welcome to Club Mabel. Yes, I will turn emojis off. Sorry, I thought they were. My bad. Give me just a minute. We'll get it taken care of. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, you guys. Her reactions through this is insane. It's insane. It really is. All right. Thank you so much, Casey Nicole. Welcome. Yeah, I'm not sure, love. All right. Let's Casey Nicole, thank you. Get you a round of applause. All right. Thank you, Casey, for becoming a member. All right, here we go. Let's keep on going. I was mad at you last night. Brittany, I'm sorry. I'm over it. I'm not sure what were you mad at me about? All right, here we go.
About my animals. I felt like I had to take care of my siblings. Gone. I was always locked in my room. I can't remember, but I am pretty sure the lock was on the outside.
Oh, wow.
Kouri threatened she would kill my lizard because we didn't want to watch some weird show with her. All of our chickens died because there was no food or water. My rabbit died because we didn't have food or water. The goats almost starved to death because she bought moldy hay and she didn't water them. Nothing ever got fed or watered. It didn't feel good to worry about my animals. I felt like I had to take care of my siblings. Ash mostly took care of me, though, because I was locked in my room. Ash would bring me food. Kouri would lock me up if I told her she was drunk. This happened pretty much daily. I feel angry that she locked me in my room. I am angry almost all my animals died. I am angry she threatened to kill them. I am angry she killed my dad. I started to feel really good when I moved into a safe place. It was safe because the people around me were safe, Katie and Clint. I felt safe at Jake and Shalina, I believe, because I wasn't with Kouri anymore. Counseling. I feel annoyed that I have to go to counseling and tell the story about what happened 55 million times. I feel better now because I know it's to help me. I would like to not have to go to counseling. I would like to have to not worry about anything after this trial is over. I want the judge to know. I hope Kouri gets convicted to a life sentence. Kouri is always drunk. I want the judge to know my dad was a good person and I miss my dad. I miss my dad, but I do not miss how my life used to be. I don't miss Kouri. I will tell you that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it. just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform. Describe what you want and watch it take shape. You can plan, customize, and expand in any direction. From tools built for one to platforms ready for many. From passion projects to enterprise-grade systems. Everything is built in and ready to launch. It's a new world of creation, where you can go as far as your imagination takes you. Can you imagine it? Let's make your dream a reality right now.
I dare you to let me build you a completely free e-commerce store preloaded with 20 handpicked products that are trending all over the world, basically validated by AI from a trending product database from one of the top vendors on the planet. And the reason that we can do this completely free for you is because, well, Shopify is paying me to do it. You've probably seen me before because for the last year, Shopify has loved the AI paired software that we built so much that they've been paying me to build people just like you, complete beginners, a completely free store. Now, again, it's free for you, right? Shopify is paying.
All right. So there's several
Amy, good morning.
there's several different phases of this this hearing that we're going to go through now. For those of you that don't know the full story of this or what happened, Kouri, when Kouri tried to quote unquote unalive Eric Pryor, like the first time she tried and it was unsuccessful, she changed Eric's life insurance policy over. So Eric had a life insurance policy that was specifically for his work, like through his business, and he had a business partner, and both Eric and his business partner had life insurance policies on each other. So God forbid if one of the business partners died, the other would still have, you know, the business or whatever. So so when Kouri tried to poison Eric the first time, she changed that life insurance policy over. Well, luckily, when Kouri changed the life insurance policy over, the policy company contacted Kouri, or no, they contacted Eric. And basically what Eric ended up doing was he switched the policy back, and then he immediately changed his other life insurance policies. He took Kouri off as the beneficiary and he turned to his sister, and Eric gave his sister rights to the house and made his sister beneficiary. Now, the reason I'm telling you this is because this is the sister right here. And we're going to end up hearing her impact statement. But a very interesting thing that happened between Kouri and Eric's sister is when when Eric passed away, Kouri found out that he had left basically everything to the sister. And Kouri goes over to the sister's house, or I think it's like one of the homes that I think she ended up coming over there or whatever, and she smacks Kouri when she finds out that Eric's sister has all of the, she's beneficiary. She smacks Eric's sister across the face. Like, she gets physical. This lady is horrible, to say the least. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. This whole story is so, like, there's so many twists and turns into this case. It's crazy. But let's play this.
Honorable Judge Mrazek, my name's Amy Richins. I am Eric Richins' sister. Today, I'm here to speak as a victim and to speak for Eric because he no longer has a voice. I addressed this court in 2023 when we were living in a state of visceral shock. Now, 3 years later, we are here at sentencing on a date that carries a weight I can barely describe. Today's Eric's 44th birthday.
Wow.
Birthdays are supposed to be proof of life, a day to celebrate another year of growth.
How ironic is it Eric's birthday? Wow. His 44th birthday.
Instead, today is a cruel reminder of another year Eric will never see, and a reminder of the fatherhood that was stolen from his 3 sons. Before I talk about what this crime has done, I need you to know who Eric was, not as a headline, but as a person. Over the course of this trial, so many people described Eric in strikingly similar ways. They called him outgoing, confident, funny, competitive, dependable, driven, and fiercely loyal. He was a leader, a hard worker, a rancher, a businessman, a coach, a best friend, a brother, a son. But more than anything, people described him as a phenomenal father. Eric had 3 sons, and he coached many of their sports teams. He was the kind of dad who showed up not just for his own children, but for everyone around them. Sometimes I think about all the children who lost him too, the kids he coached, mentored, and believed in. I cannot imagine the confusion and heartbreak they felt when someone who had become such a steady and trusted part of their lives was suddenly gone. Eric was a real person, a deeply loved person, and the loss of him echoes through every life he touched. On my 16th birthday, I was sitting in my 10th grade English class when I got a text from Eric that said, "Come outside." I walked out, and there was Eric, standing with flowers and that mischievous grin we all knew. I asked what he was doing there, and he just said, "Let's go. We've got to get a little mud on your tires." I had just bought my first truck, a used Ford F-150. Eric took me up into the mountains, and we took that truck off-roading for the first time. It was exhilarating and terrifying, but I felt safe because he was there. That was Eric. He made life bigger. He made people feel brave, and he protected the people he loved. That is the brother I lost, and that is the father his boys lost. In 2023, I told this court that I was tormented by the sequence of events of that night. Today, that torment has not faded. I still wonder when Eric realized he was in mortal danger. I wonder what Kouri said to him in his last moments. I'm still haunted by the question, did his boys hear their father's final struggle? If Eric had died of an illness, we would have cared for him. If it were an accident, there would have been kindness. But there is no comfort here. In his last moments, after being intentionally poisoned, my brother was faced with the ultimate betrayal. Eric's sons were 9, 7, and 5 when their world was shattered. They are now 13, 11, and 9. These are the years when a boy learns how to be a man by watching his father. What makes this crime uniquely heinous is that their grief will never pass. It will reinvent itself at every milestone. This crime didn't just happen once. It happens every single morning when those boys wake up and realize their father is still gone. They did not just lose their father, they lost the life they knew. Eric's death didn't end the harm. It began a grinding process of re-traumatization. Early in this process, I remember being told this case would be a marathon, not a sprint. We did not understand how every hearing, filing, delay, and public narrative would reopen wounds all over again. As if losing Eric was not painful enough, our family was then forced to grieve under public scrutiny. After the publication of the grief book, our family became the subject of public narratives, attacks, and speculation. At one point, I received a message sent from a burner phone that said, "You think you're funny? Kouri will get the last laugh. Your jealousy is as disgusting as your family." Law enforcement later confirmed through warrants that the message came from Kouri. That moment stayed with me because it captured what these years have felt like. Not just grief, but intimidation and distortion. Yes, our family hired a private investigator, but when someone you love dies suddenly and deep in your gut, you believe something is terribly wrong, you do not stop searching for answers. The real question is not why would you investigate? The real question is, what wouldn't you do? What wouldn't you do for your brother, for the truth? I also feel compelled to address the emotional toll of the trial itself. As the designated victim representative, and more importantly, as Eric's sister, I have a right to be present in the courtroom. Yet during the proceedings, I was essentially kept in the dark. Due to the courtroom layout, I could not see the exhibits or the evidence. When we requested simple accommodation, we were told that the trial was being broadcast on court TV and I could excuse myself and watch from home with the rest of the world. Being told that my right to be here was interchangeable with a television broadcast was a profound violation. I did not want to watch Eric's life and death as content from my couch. I didn't want to go home after a grueling day and listen and watch it all over again. I had a right to be here, to face the evidence directly. Still, to this day, I have not been able to rewatch the trial because it's so time-consuming and painful to relive. I still have not seen all the evidence that was presented. Your Honor, I need to say this clearly. Someday, those boys will grow up and look back at the records of this trial. I need the truth to be the only thing they find. The claims made against Eric's character were not just legal defenses, they were acts of secondary violence. Eric was a protector, not a predator. These lies were a desperate attempt to justify the unjustifiable, and they have added a layer of cruelty to our grief that is nearly impossible to bear. I also need to correct the record on a few misrepresentations. First, the prenup. It was provided well before the wedding, not in a last-minute way. Second, the incident between Kouri and me. I never touched her. Kouri pled guilty to assaulting me. Yet she and her circle have continued to spread false narratives. This is a pattern of distortion that has kept our family trapped in conflict. There is something that has haunted me for years. And I found out Katie was the exact same today. I begged Eric to leave too. I begged him to divorce her, but Eric was trying to protect his boys. People often struggle to recognize intimate partner violence when the victim is a man. But Eric's actions spoke for themselves. He documented conversations. He tried to protect himself. He knew after Valentine's Day that she had tried to poison him, but he also believed that if he left, he could not fully protect his children. So he stayed because he was trying to keep them safe. This trauma has seeped into every corner of my life. And it has also deeply affected my own family and marriage. My husband, William, watched me be consumed by the pursuit of justice. For 4 years, we have lived in a constant state of stress, grief, and emotional exhaustion. I lost my job as a professor at Montana Tech University on the very day I was subpoenaed to appear in this court. Eric was so proud of me earning my PhD, and teaching students was something I loved and that made me proud. It now seems like another thing that Kouri's actions have taken away from me. But the most devastating loss is one that isn't in any police report. Because of the unrelenting stress of this investigation and the constant attacks on our family, I suffered a traumatic miscarriage of twins. We lost our children. We lost the future we were building. Kouri's actions didn't just end one life. They reached out and stifled the lives of my unborn children as well. That loss lives inside this tragedy too. Eric's murder did not just take someone from my life. It plunged me into a darkness. It stole the light I once carried. It erased the future I had planned. Every day, I wake up and step into this same crushing emptiness, where time itself feels frozen and meaningless. The laughter of my future children, the warmth of my family, the simple joy of waking to a new morning, all of it has been devoured by this crime. This grief is limitless, resembling the ocean. Sometimes it softly touches the shore, other times it pounds against it with fierce force. Occasionally, it surges like a massive tsunami, overwhelming everything. These changes can occur suddenly, and like the ocean, it cannot be controlled. I didn't just lose my brother. I lost my sister-in-law. I lost someone I considered my friend. We had good times together. That loss is so complicated now, Your Honor, because it forces you to grieve someone who is still alive while facing the horror of what they have done. It is grief that doesn't resolve. It just sits there heavy every day. This crime has fractured our family in ways outsiders cannot understand. One of the most painful realities is that my husband and I do not get to see our nephews. This tragedy has created a wall of trauma between us, and that feels impossible to climb. Because of this crime, we are no longer present in those boys' lives the way Eric would have wanted. In 2023, I told this court I never knew evil like this existed. Everything I have witnessed since has confirmed that. Kouri did not just kill Eric. She attempted to kill the spirit of everyone who loved him. She lied to his children. She lied to the world and has shown no remorse while dancing on his grave for profit. Your Honor, a parole-eligible sentence is not a conclusion. It is a reoccurring nightmare. It guarantees that every few years, Eric's sons will be notified that their father's murderer is seeking freedom. It forces them to
Those poor boys. And look at her.
Has she even cried one tear yet? Not even. Jeez.
Relived the trauma repeatedly for decades. Eric died trying to be his children's shield. He can no longer protect them, so now the responsibility falls to this court.
No, Matt, I got you.
I ask you to provide these boys with the finality and safety they deserve. I ask you to ensure that the noise of Kouri Richins never enters their lives again. For the years of suffering we have endured, for the children who will grow up without their father, and for the life she stole from Eric and the peace she stole from us, I respectfully ask that you sentence Kouri Richins to life without the possibility of parole. Happy birthday, Rico. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So let's go to. Hold on.
Smart founders know something most people miss.
Let me see. We're going to try to find. Let me see. Let's see. Let's do Eric. Let's listen to Eric's father. This is Eric's father. All right, hold on a second. All right, here we go.
Please take your time.
Thank you. Thank you. Your Honor, my name is Gene Richins. I'm Eric's father. No parent should ever have to bury their child. It's a loss that changes you forever. Eric was taken from us way too soon. And his loss has left a permanent hole in our family that will never be filled, ever. Eric was first and foremost an incredible father. To his three boys, Carter, Ashton, and Wes, his sons were his world, and he was theirs also. They didn't just see him as a dad, they saw him as their best friend, their coach, their mentor, their protector. He was present in every part of their lives. whether it was soccer, baseball, basketball, or any activity that they were involved in. Eric was there coaching, encouraging, and supporting not only his own boys, but every child on the team. Eric didn't just coach sports. He built confidence. He built character and friendships. He gave his time freely because he cared deeply about helping young people grow into strong, kind, and capable individuals. The impact Eric had on these children and families continues even now. On the soccer team that he coached, before every game, the players gathered and called out a cheer. For many teams, it might be something ordinary. But for Eric's team, even 4 years after his death, they still break the huddle with the words, 1, 2, 3, Eric. That simple cheer speaks volumes about a man he was and the lasting imprint that he left upon young lives in this community. He was a light to his sons, to the boys he coached, and to our entire community. A light that was taken far too soon. Eric was only 39 years old. As his father, I miss him every day. I miss our conversations. I miss watching him grow into a man I was so proud of. One of the greatest joys of my life was seeing the kind of father he had become. Eric was patient, loving, dedicated, and fully present in his boys' lives. Watching him raise his sons with such care and devotion was incredibly meaningful to me. Eric was also an amazing brother to 2 sisters, a loving uncle, nephew, cousin, and loyal friend. He was a trusted business partner, a valued colleague, and a respected member of our community. He was generous with his time, his energy, and kindness. He treated people with respect, showed gratitude even for the smallest acts of kindness, and gave freely of himself because that's simply who he was. He worked hard to provide a beautiful life for his family. He gave them a home many would consider a dream. He ensured their needs were met, supported them, cared for them, and treated his wife with love every day. Yet despite everything he gave, his life was taken from him, not by a stranger, but by a person he should have been able to trust the very most in his life. He was betrayed in the most imaginable way possible. His life was taken through calculated, intentional actions motivated by the greed, control, and desire for a different life with someone else. Eric's boys lost a father. I lost my son. His sisters lost their brother. Our family lost a man who represented the very best of what a person can be. The ripple effects of this loss extend far beyond our immediate family. His friends lost someone they trusted and admired. The children he coached lost a mentor, a role model. Our community lost someone who genuinely cared and gave back without expecting anything in return. Eric will never see his boys graduate, get married, or become fathers themselves. He will never again stand on the sidelines cheering them on. He will never offer guidance, encouragement, or love in any way that only a father can. That opportunity was stolen from him and from all of us. Because of the calculated and intentional nature of this crime, I respectfully ask the court to impose a sentence of life without the possibility of parole. This sentence is important to Eric's 3 sons never have to live with the fear that the person responsible for taking their father could ever harm them again and to ensure she can never harm anyone else ever again. Despite our immense grief, I want to acknowledge and thank those who have worked tirelessly to bring justice for my son. Eric was always grateful for others, showed kindness and dedication, and I know he would want to express sincere appreciation to those who gave their time, effort, and professionalism to seek the truth in this case. We are deeply thankful to the
at her
prosecution
face, Dad.
team, Margaret, Brad, Lindsay, Fred, Joe, Wendy, Patricia, and the entire staff who supported them for their commitment and their
Look at her face, y'all.
Perseverance. We also want to recognize and thank Todd for his dedication and relentless efforts in helping us ensure justice has been served. We are also grateful to Grace Wardis for serving as a spokesperson and an advocate for our family throughout this process. We thank the Summit County Sheriff's Office, Lieutenant Hemingway, Detective O'Driscoll, Detective Hopper, Officer Woody, Officer Gibson, and all the law enforcement personnel who worked on this investigation. We thank the bailiffs who ensured the safety and the order of this courtroom. We thank you, Your Honor, for your patience, professionalism, and stewardship of this process. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to each juror, including the alternates, for their sacrifice and their time, for seriously taking the responsibility, who carried out to ensure justice was served. Nothing can bring Eric back. Nothing can restore what has been taken from his sons, from our family, and from this community. But accountability matters here. Justice matters. Eric mattered. His life, his love mattered. His example mattered. He will always be remembered as a devoted father, a loving son, a supportive brother, a loyal friend, and a man who made lives of those around him better. We miss him every day and will continue to honor his memory by living with the same kindness and dedication that he showed to everyone fortunate enough to know him. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Gene.
Heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking. She destroyed a whole family. Destroyed a whole family. All right, hold on.
Hey. See that?
Mm-hmm.
What you doing?
Hold on 1 second, y'all. Shit. My
So last night I put my hair in pigtails and chopped it off, and now it's time to play with my new cut using the Tymo Curl Pro Plus.
Hello, Your Honor.
Amy Lynn, I'm fine, honey. I'm good. I'll log off in just a little bit. Let me see. Yeah, it is heartbreaking, just the RN. It is heartbreaking. You know, I'm blown away by her lack of remorse. I just cannot believe that she doesn't even have even an ounce. All right, let's see. Let's go through this one. Clint Benson gives victim impact statement during Kouri Richins' sentence. And I got it right here.
I was just asking, like, yeah.
All right, we'll do this one right here.
My name is Clint Benson. I'm Katie's husband and Eric's brother-in-law. Eric was an innocent man, a devoted father, and someone whose life revolved around his children and his family. Because of Kouri's choices, he never had the opportunity to say goodbye to his children, to reassure them, to share the final moments every family deserves. That loss cannot be measured. His children will spend the rest of their lives carrying the pain of a father taken from them far too soon. What makes this tragedy even more painful is the calculated nature of the crime. This was not a momentary mistake, a lapse in judgment, or a crime of passion. It involved planning, preparation, testing, and deliberate action. Eric's death was carried out in a way that caused fear, suffering, and helplessness. Kouri either watched or sat by as Eric succumbed to fentanyl poisoning instead of providing any kind of aid to him. She was fantasizing about a dream life funded by Eric's death. Eric was killed in his home by a traitor sleeping next to him in one of the most cowardly acts imaginable. We are profoundly grateful to every investigator, prosecutor, detective, law enforcement officer, juror, judge, forensic expert, and public servant who worked tirelessly and honestly to uncover the truth. Their dedication ensured that Eric's voice was not lost and that justice could still prevail. We are equally grateful for the incredible community surrounding us. This community has shown unwavering support and has been there for Eric's boys without judgment and through some of the most difficult times imaginable. The boys are succeeding and thriving because of the people around them who continue to provide support and look out for their safety. Going through every aspect of this murder easily led to a dark place while fighting against an individual focused on only chaos and vengeance. However, the people surrounding us, including the sheriff's officers, principals, teachers, school staff, Coaches, counselors, neighbors, and church members created an unbreakable force for what is good, just, and right. No sentence can bring Eric back. No outcome will erase the suffering caused by these actions. But accountability matters, truth matters, and justice matters. Kouri continues to shirk responsibility for her actions, for the pain she has caused, and for the resources she has squandered, both Eric's and the state's. Even after everything that has been revealed, Kouri has demonstrated zero genuine accountability or remorse for the devastation she has left behind. Instead, she has repeatedly attempted to distort the truth, create false narratives, and portray herself as the victim. She has used the legal system as part of her schemes. There has been lawsuit after lawsuit, motion after motion, delay after delay, all in an effort to shift blame away from the person responsible. The evidence, the truth, and the outcome of this case all tell a very different story. What is especially concerning is the continued hostility from Kouri and her family, as well as their desire for vengeance directed towards our family, a family already devastated by an unimaginable loss. Statements they have made about going to war and getting the Richins demonstrate an ongoing mindset rooted in blame, anger, and retaliation, rather than remorse or acceptance of responsibility. Kouri will continue to try to convince the public that she was a good mother through media outlets that choose not to research or report on the countless motions and facts presented in this case or other cases, but instead simply regurgitate the false narratives of a sick and evil person. Kouri and her family continue to plan media campaigns focused on lies, targeting anyone foolish enough to spend time listening to them. Kouri is not before this court because she was mistreated, because she is a victim, or because the Richins family manufactured a false narrative, as she and the Darden family would like to portray. She is before this court because of the choices she has made, choices that resulted in Eric's death and permanent trauma to anyone who has loved him. Kouri chose pride, seeking to project an image of success. Kouri chose adultery and lust, prioritizing her secret lover over her husband and her children. Kouri chose fraud and greed, hoping to profit from Eric's death. Kouri chose murder, and she continues to choose vengeance against the victims of her actions. The time for Kouri to make choices is at an end. Now it is time for her victims to choose. Please let Eric's children have a chance to choose lifelong peace, comfort, security, success, and happiness. I ask this court to impose a sentence of life without parole, a sentence that truly reflects the gravity of this crime, the irreversible harm caused to our family, and the calculated choices that led to Eric's death. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
That is Eric's sister. That was her his brother-in-law, Eric's sister's husband. Him and Katie, Eric's sister, are raising Kouri and Eric's 3 boys now. They have custody of them.
Your Honor, at this time we would ask Renee Odom.
All right, let's see what about this one. I think it's very interesting to hear these impact statements, especially, what did I just do? Hold on. Especially knowing what Kouri, well, damn.
Your Honor, at this time we would ask Renee Odom. She is going to read her own letter. We ask that she approach the podium, and I will provide it to the court and the
Renee
prosecution as well.
Odom.
Of course. Renee, good morning.
Who is Renee Odom?
One moment, please.
Wait a minute.
Thank you.
Kouri Richins gets emotional hearing siblings testimony. Oh.
Renee, please proceed.
Is this Kouri's sister?
My name is Renee Odom, and I am here today as the sister of Kouri Richins.
Oh.
I want to begin by saying nothing I share today is meant to excuse or lessen the seriousness of what has brought us here. Eric's life was taken, and that loss is permanent. I want to acknowledge Eric by name and say that I loved him. He was kind to me. He was a part of my life, a part of my children's life, and a part of my family. He matters deeply, and he is missed. This tragedy has devastated our family, and its deepest impact continues to fall on Kouri's 3 boys. For more than 3 years now, they have been unable to see or speak with their mother. They have lost their father, and at the same time, they have lost access to their mom. Even in separation, Kouri has never stopped being their mother. She writes to her boys every single week. She reaches out every birthday, every holiday, holding on to that connection with everything she has and reminding them that they are loved. Kouri is my baby sister, and she has been an integral part of my life and the lives of my children. She has shown up for our family in ways that are impossible to count. I was there at her graduation from high school. I was there for the wedding of Kouri and Eric, moments filled with love, hope, and dreams for the future. She was there for my wedding and the birth of my son. She was there for me when I graduated college. She stood beside me at the baptism of both of my daughters. She poured her heart into giving my oldest daughter a beautiful sweet 16. These were not obligations to her. This is who she is. Kouri has always been the glue that held our family together. She hosts every Christmas. She planned every family vacation and made sure that no one ever felt forgotten or left behind. She believes deeply in helping others, and she has lived with this belief throughout her life. Even from behind bars, Kouri has continued to help people, offering support and encouragement and kindness any way she can. That desire to be of service has never left her. Kouri is a great sister, an awesome aunt, an amazing daughter, and she will always be a devoted mother. She is also the smartest person I know. Kouri has earned 2 master's degrees and is applying to a PhD program. Growth and learning and becoming better for herself and others have always mattered to her. Most of all, she loved her husband and her children with everything that she was. I continue to struggle to reconcile this tragedy with the loving sister and the mother I have always known. I understand and respect the court's responsibility to impose a just and lawful sentence. I am not here to challenge the verdict or to minimize the harm that has occurred. I only ask that the court see the full human picture, the pain, the accountability, the lifelong consequences that are already being carried. Please leave room for hope of a life with her boys. The impact of this.
What do you guys think about that? How is it that she can listen to her sister say all these things, and you finally see, this is the first time I feel like I've seen an emotional response from her at all. So what do y'all think? I don't know. I think that it's amazing to me that the one time you have an emotional response is when there's someone that's talking about how great of a person you are, right? Like, her emotional reaction is in response to her. I agree, Britt. She's been ice cold the whole time. She listened to 3 heartbreaking impact statements from her kids, who basically all 3 said they wanted nothing to do with her. Hold on one minute. All right. Let's see. Total yeah, Nomad, right? Nomad says, I would imagine it's setting in. That's her sister praising her, but also hearing her say there needs to be just punishment. Yes, that's a great point. Carolina Moon says, control freak, money hungry, gold digger, narcissist. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's keep going.
Tragedy will remain with Kouri and her children for the rest of their lives. Our family deeply feels the absence of her presence and that of her boys, her guidance and her love. I love you, Kouri, and I will always stand by you. Thank you, Your Honor, for letting me speak and considering my words.
I'd like to address the court with actually a personal letter that I've written to Kouri.
Okay.
Little sister, I love you.
Kouri's got a brother, I guess.
I miss you. I miss our random banter.
Oh, Lord.
Calls. I miss your constantly over the top positive attitude every time we speak.
Lord.
I miss our game nights. I miss Eric's stupid finger gun dance after we won a game. I miss our holidays. I miss you sending the boys to wake me up on Christmas morning, way too early after we've stayed up way too late preparing Christmas for them so that it'd be absolutely perfect. I miss our Sundays together. I miss arguing with the boys about who's better, Messi or Ronaldo, Brady or Rogers. I miss our backyard games. I miss me and the boys running all over you at sports in the backyard and Eric getting mad because you weren't competitive enough and you were really just out there to have fun and laugh. I miss you constantly luring me into your newest ideas and getting me excited about them. I miss vacationing. I miss family volleyball. I miss playing Madden and FIFA with Eric and the boys. I miss your stupid goats. I miss the soccer games and the celebrations we created for the boys after they scored a goal. I miss Carter's smile and his obsession with goat videos. Ashton's freckles and his competitiveness. And Weston's baby blues and tenderheartedness. I miss hearing them say Wani and playing catch in your living room. I miss your family. I miss our family. I miss the life that was stolen.
Now she's crying.
I miss the life that was stolen from us for reasons that we can't yet fully understand. We don't, with 100% certainty, know what happened to Eric. No one does, but we do know with 100% certainty that it wasn't caused by you. We know that. The police know it. The prosecution knows it. And everyone watching this trial
they're in
knows
denial.
it.
Oh, no.
They could not prove their theory, just the opposite, and yet here we are. For some reason, unbeknownst to us, really bad things happen to really good people, Cor, and you were just really too good of a person, I guess.
Wow.
I promised Dad a long time ago.
What?
The opposite, and everyone you can't yet fully understand. Our family. I miss the life that was stolen. I miss our family.
You were just too good of a person. We know that what happened to him wasn't because of you. So what do they think? What? All right. Let me see. We're going to finish this up and then I'm going to end it out, y'all. I'm going to close it out for the night. We'll do part 2 tomorrow.
I miss the life that was stolen. I miss the life that was stolen from us for reasons that we can't yet fully understand. We don't, with 100% certainty, know what happened to Eric. No one does, but we do know with 100% certainty that it wasn't caused by you. We know that. The police know it. The prosecution knows it. And everyone watching this trial knows it. They could not prove their theory, just the opposite, and yet here we are. For some reason, unbeknownst to us, really bad things happen to really good people, Cor, and you were just really too good of a person, I guess. I promised Dad a long time ago that I'd always look after you, Mom, and I intend on keeping that promise. We'll get through this together, and the injustice that's occurred here in this courtroom, it'll be righted in time. Your innocence will shine too brightly to be contained once you've actually had a fair shot at defending yourself. When the day comes, I just know somehow that you're going to change a lot of lives that really need your help. Until then, little sister, just know. Just know that I'm right by your side, and I'll always be right here for you. I love you.
Buddy, thank you.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform made for anyone with an idea and a drive to bring it to life. Describe what you want and watch it take shape. You can plan, customize, and expand in any direction. From tools built for one to platforms ready for many. From passion projects to enterprise-grade systems. Everything is built in and ready to launch. It's a new world of creation where you can go as far as your imagination takes you. Can you imagine it? Let's make your dream a reality right now.
Life's great stories are built on one simple principle. Yes, and. Yes to new tastes.
00139.
So as you know, I'm Katie, and I'm Eric's sister. To begin, there are a multitude of people who deserve credit and appreciation. Law enforcement agencies across the state of Utah, the Summit County Prosecutor's Office, the Medical Examiner's Office, expert witnesses who worked hand in hand with law enforcement, Eric's friends, Eric's coworkers, my friends and my family, our entire team of lawyers and experts in the civil lawsuit. There are far too many people to mention by name, and I suspect if I try to, I will inadvertently leave someone out. But to all of you, please know that this would not be possible without your efforts, your support, and the strength of the community that has stood beside us. Both my family and I are forever grateful to each of you. I am also very grateful to you, Your Honor, to this court for the dignified manner in which it presided over the trial, and to the members of the jury for faithfully performing their civic duties. Okay. Today is Eric's birthday. I stand before you because he can't. He was taken away from my dad, my sister, his nieces, his friends, our community, and worst of all, from his 3 amazing sons. Sorry. He was taken away from us by a person he should have been able to trust, the person he should have trusted most in the world, his wife. It's impossible to fully describe how devastating Eric's death and Kouri's crimes have been to our family. Nearly every aspect of our lives has been permanently changed, and we have no choice but to live with those changes and with Eric's loss forever. Eric was a phenomenal brother, father, son, nephew, grandson, cousin, friend, and businessman. Eric and I were extremely close. We went through school together and navigated life side by side. Wherever Eric went, I was usually tagging along right behind. In school, Eric's nickname was Richie, and mine was Little Richie, a reflection on how inseparable we were. He wasn't just my brother. He was my constant, my protector, and one of my closest friends. Eric was the kind of father who anticipated his children's needs before they ever had to ask. He made sure they were always having fun, taught them how to be respectful and kind, and was constantly planning for their future. His mind and heart was always on his boys, always. Everything he did was for them. Eric was the very best uncle. He made his nieces, my daughters, feel truly special. He always found ways to have fun with them. He doted on them with love and attention. Eric was an incredible son, always there for my parents, stepping in without hesitation and helping in every way he could without being asked. The bond he shared with my mom was truly special. We would often joke that the umbilical cord had never really been cut, but in truth, it spoke to the deep, unbreakable love they had for each other. This is who Eric truly was, a man defined by love, integrity, and unwavering devotion to his family. He is none of the things that Kouri tried to portray him as. Those mischaracterizations were nothing more than a vile effort to deflect blame. And those mischaracterizations stand in stark contrast to the reality of the man we all knew and loved. Eric's life and his actions and the profound impact he had on those around him speak for themselves, and they tell a story of goodness, strength, and character that cannot be rewritten or diminished. The saddest part for me in all of this is that I got something with Eric that his sons never did: time. I feel cheated that I only got to spend a few decades with my brother, but I should feel lucky in comparison. As Eric's eldest son told me shortly after his dad's death, he and his brothers did not even get 10 years with their dad. It is devastating that Eric is not here to coach them, to work the family ranch with them, to teach them how to drive, to attend their high school graduation, to send them off to college, to see them get married, or to celebrate the births of his future grandchildren. His 3 sons are going to grow up and live nearly their entire lives without their dad. They're going to get to know their dad more from the stories we tell about them than their actual experiences. In all likelihood, by the time they are each 44 years old, which is how old Eric would be today, they will have little to no actual memories of Eric. And they have to go through life without their dad because their mother planned and carried out his murder. She could not have done anything more selfish or more cruel to those boys. In the place of a stable, secure, and loving home, Kouri gave the boys permanent trauma. They were in the house the night she killed their father. They were awake. They knew that something terrible had happened to their dad. As we heard on the 911 call during trial, one of them even walked into Eric's bedroom where Eric's body lay dead, poisoned by someone who his sons should have been able to unconditionally trust, love, and depend on. No child should have to bear that trauma. But Eric's 3 innocent sons will bear that burden, and they will bear it for the rest of their lives. Kouri's selfishness and cruelty did not end with Eric's murder. In the time after Eric's death, Kouri has done nothing but isolate, manipulate, deceive, and do harm to those boys. Almost immediately after Eric died, she cut them off completely from our family, from Eric's family. The isolation was calculated and strategic. Kouri used the boys as bargaining chips with my dad. She repeatedly threatened not to let him see his grandsons unless he could convince me, as Eric's trustee of his trust, to capitulate to her legal demands and give her all the trust assets. While isolating the boys, Kouri provided them with false and harmful information about me and my family. When DCFS took custody of the boys following Kouri's arrest and asked where they would like to go, they expressed to give her all the trust assets. While isolating the boys, Kouri provided them with false and harmful. Immediately after Eric died, she cut them off completely from our family, from Eric's family. The isolation was calculated and strategic. Kouri used the boys as bargaining chips with my dad. She repeatedly threatened not to let him see his grandsons unless he could convince me, as Eric's trustee of his trust, to capitulate to her legal demands and give her all the trust assets. While isolating the boys, Kouri provided them with false and harmful information about me and my family. When DCFS took custody of the boys following Kouri's arrest and asked where they would like to go, they expressed fear of my family. The fear was not based on reality, but on what they had been told. For over a year, Kouri led them to believe that I hated them, that I was attempting to take Eric's money for myself, and that I intended for them to be left without support, that they would be homeless and starving. These statements were entirely false and had no basis in reality. Had they not been subjected to that influence, they would have known the truth. Prior to Eric's death, our families were very close. My daughters and his sons had strong friendships, and I had a meaningful individual relationship with each of my nephews. I spent time riding horses with one, helping another identify summer coding programs, and the youngest participated in ice skating lessons with my daughters. Our families shared holidays, worked together on our family ranch, took trips together, and I was present the day each of the boys were born in the hospital. The boys have expressed their confusion about these circumstances. They have stated that prior to their father's passing, both Eric and Kouri frequently told them if anything were to happen, they should go with me, that I would care for them and support them. Following Eric's death, however, those messages changed. After Eric passed away, Kouri prevented all contact between our family and the boys. She prohibited communication and continued to provide them with false information about us. When we were finally able to see the boys again, approximately 15 months after Eric's death, the boys hardly recognized the relationship we had. Instead, they viewed my family and me with fear and hesitation, as though we were strangers. Kouri also went to great lengths to jeopardize the boys' financial futures. I know you are very aware of this. But among other things, she drained the personal bank accounts that Eric had set up for his boys as college funds. She allowed the boys' Social Security survivor benefits to be funneled to individuals who were not taking care of the boys. And she sued me in my role as Eric's trustee and personal representative, not once, not twice, but 3 separate times. The goal of her lawsuits is singular. She wants all of Eric's assets for herself. Despite her lies and fanciful public portrayal, she knows that none of Eric's assets are going to me, my dad, or my sister. In fact, she knows exactly where Eric wanted everything to go, and that is to his boys. And yet, for 4 years, she has aggressively tried to take their inheritance from them. Even now, despite her erroneous debt, a murder conviction, and a string of pending felony financial charges, Kouri's civil lawsuits live on. Those lawsuits have been emotionally grueling, all-consuming, and unimaginably expensive. And tragically, every dollar on those suits is a dollar that Eric's boys will not get. Of course, Kouri can't have other people or the public thinking that she's trying to take away her children's inheritance. So for the past 4 years, both in court and in the media, she has demonized and vilified me. She has hurled wild accusations in my direction, including that I hacked her bank accounts, forged her bank statements, paid off witnesses, unduly pressured law enforcement into investigating her, and quietly pulled the Summit County prosecutor's strings. It is despicable that for doing nothing more than trying to honor Eric's wishes, Kouri has cast me as the evildoer here. Just as bad, honoring Eric's wishes has landed my sister and myself, and unbelievably, my 2 daughters in Kouri's crosshairs. One of Eric's sons recently told me that Kouri used to say, "I will get them one day." Apparently, she was talking about me, my sister, and my daughters. Her infamous walk the dog letter, the part the jury did not hear, confirms her desire to harm me. In it, she talks at length about her plans to get at Amy and me, including by targeting my daughters, both of whom are under the age of 10. It takes a sick mind to target children. The mere thought that someone who has so little regard for human life or decency might one day walk free is horrifying. I worry about the safety of Eric's boys, my daughters, my sister, and myself. There is nothing Kouri will not do, and no one she will not hurt to achieve her own selfish ends. I am not the only one that is afraid. There are 3 little boys who, instead of fearing those who love and adore them, as Kouri would prefer, worry constantly that Kouri might show up one day and take them away. Eric's sons deserve so much better. They are not bargaining chips. They are not cash cows. They are not props for some twisted children's book about grief and loss. And yet that is what they've been reduced to by Kouri. To my unending sadness and horror, Eric himself understood all too well the danger she posed to his children and to his family. When Eric told me he had changed his estate planning and appointed me as his trustee and personal representative, I begged him to end the marriage and go his separate way. By that point, he had already consulted with a divorce attorney and was deeply afraid that he might not be awarded sole custody of his children. He made the heartbreaking decision to stay because he could not accept the risk of what might happen to his sons if Kouri had equal custody. He told me he would live his life through hell every single day of his life until his youngest was 18, because he believed Kouri was the most evil person he had ever met. He knew that his sons did not like her. He told me as much many times. He knew that they would prefer to be far away from her, but he also knew that
This is you. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Smiley, thank you for becoming a member. I don't even know if they can hear me. Hold on a second, y'all. Smiley, thank you so much for becoming a member. Welcome to Club Maple. Hold on one second. All right, can you guys hear me? All right. Okay. Listen, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. Jesus. We will be live tomorrow. For I guess I'll try to do part 2. I'm about to hold on one second, y'all. Give me a second. All right, so when you don't go live and give these people the attention they want, they call the police to your house. So I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. I'm done with this. This shit has I mean, I'm so sick of this stuff. I mean, literally the cops just come banging on my door saying that they're telling people that I'm falling out on live and that I need a wellness check. So this is what happens when you don't feed it and give it attention. I've completely made it to where I don't have to deal with trolls. I don't have to respond to them. I don't have to do anything. And what do? They call the police to my house. I mean, this is yes, that's what just happened. That's what just fucking happened. You people are to be ashamed. You really need to be ashamed. I'm not giving them any attention. I'm trying to do true crime. And that's what they do. I'm sick of it. I'm so sick of it. That's okay. We're going to keep going. I'm going to do true crime. I'm not going to give them any fucking attention. So it's not going to work. Smiley, thank you for becoming a member. No, whatever you do, y'all do not give in. Do not let these people, I will not give them anything anymore. Exactly, Nomad Beads. Exactly. It is absolutely sickening, but it's okay. I'll keep my channel locked down. We'll be members only every night. We're going to have topics. We're going to keep going. We're going to be covering different cases, and they're going to have to get bored with me. That's it. That's all. Period. I'm just saying, this is what happens when I lock it down. Missouri says, I'm sorry. I know I missed a lot. I just wanted to say hi, everyone. Missed y'all. Missed you too, Missouri Butterfly. Hope you're good. No, don't. The biggest mistake that you can make is to give in. I'm not doing it. It is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Banging on my door at 12 o'clock at night, saying that I'm not responding. It's freaking crazy. Just my girls, thank you for gifting a membership. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm not going to do this shit anymore. Totally out of troll. Oh, they have nothing, just the RN. Absolutely nothing. Craig coming here to talk to me. I muted. You guys were right here. I muted. And they told the fucking police that Craig couldn't get me awake. Just my girls, thank you so much for gifting a membership. And y'all know where it's coming from. Y'all know exactly where it's coming from. It's absolutely uncalled for. Something's got to give. You know, man. It pissed me off. They can look out now. Yeah. Get some rest and back at it tomorrow. Everyone knows where it's coming from. Hiding in plain sight. Oh, 1,000%. This has to be the most disgusting thing that I've ever witnessed from grown-ass idiots. So I don't get it, Soulshine. I don't. It is what it is, though. Love you too, Nomad Beads. I'll show what the blanket you knitted for Emmy tomorrow. We'll do a members only live. Like an actual live behind the paywall. Who, Nomad? Message me in the Discord and let me know who you're talking about. Look, hold on. No, because you know what? Bump that. Forget that. We could at least finish the Kouri Richins thing. The police know I'm good. They freaking. Hold on a second. Damn. Yeah, I mean, shit, they've already freaking did the most. Hold on a second. You know what that tells me, though? You know what? As bad as that is, that tells me what we're doing is effective, right? Because we're ignoring it and we're not giving into it. We're not feeding it. We're focusing on true crime. And that's what they have to do. So that tells me that that's desperation right there. Let's keep our head in the game. We got lots of topics and things to talk about. Quality over quantity. I don't even care. You know what I mean? We're good. All right. So hold on a second. Katie. So we listened to Katie Benson, obviously, right? The sister. Let's see. Let me see. I feel like, did she not? Somebody said Kouri was going to speak. Let's see this one. Hold on. Hold on a sec. Let me share my screen. Exactly, just my girls. Exactly. All right. If anybody wants to become a member or support the channel, please click that thumbs up. Consider joining the green team or Club Maple. I got to remember the name. Hold on a second. All right. There we go. Let me see. Soul Shine says, Brittany, I'm so sorry that you can't sit at your own home, do a live, and not have to experience this childish actions of people that want nothing more than attention. Well, look, here's the thing. Here's where I'm at with it. She did just the RN? How come I'm not seeing it? I want to see it. Because she's such a freaking narcissist. How many times have we ever witnessed like the unaliver do their own speech? Like, that goes to show you how much of a heifer she is. And look, I love how the numbers go back down when I start talking about Kouri again. I'm not giving y'all anything. You can move on and go find somebody else. I don't care what you do. We're not here to entertain any of that. We're doing our own thing over here. All right, let me see. Here we go. Maybe this is it.
I understand that Ms. Richins will like to stand at the podium.
Here we go.
And let's
hear
folks would like to join her.
Yes, sure.
Let's hear what Miss Richins has to say, you guys.
No problem.
Very interesting. 45 minutes just to RN. Oh no. Oh hell no.
Thank you.
There should be Kleenex up there if you need it.
Oh, there. It's right here. Do you want water? I think I'm probably fine. I need to go on a session.
Good God, why does she need everybody around
My sweet
her?
baby boys. I know that today you don't want to speak to me, have a relationship with me, or you may think you hate me, and that's okay. I will never be angry at you for your feelings. When the day comes that you're ready, I will be here for you, waiting for you, and loving you. But I need you boys to know and understand that I have been desperately trying to get in contact with you any way that I can for years. That all of my communication has been completely cut off from you since early 2024. And now I will use any opportunity I can to get a message to you. Even if that means sharing it publicly to the world, fully restrained, in my jail clothes, in one of the most horrible situations possible. I don't care, and I'm not embarrassed or ashamed by any of it. All I care about is you boys. I will do whatever it takes for you to hear the truth from me and to come home to you.
Oh my Lord.
For the time being, I don't know when that is or when my next opportunity will be. So for now, bear with me as I have tried to consolidate everything I've wanted to share with you for the last few years, with everything I want you to know until I'm able to speak to you again, and one long message. And although you may not be ready to hear it today, that's okay. My hope is one day you will be. May 6th of 2024, temporary custody transferred from the state of Utah Child Services to your Aunt Katie and Uncle Clint. My last video call with you boys was several weeks prior to that, around April 24th, 2024, when you were still in the state's custody. Once temporary custody was transferred to Katie and Clint, against my wishes, they cut off all of my communication between you boys and I. It was years before I would ever have a trial. I warned social services that if they gave custody of you to the Richins family, it would be the last time I would be able to see or speak to you boys again. And your opinion of me in this case and wild allegations would soon mirror those of the Richins family. And that's exactly what happened. You need to know the Darden side of the family fought a long, hard battle for custody, but was eventually ignored and denied. Since temporary custody was granted to Katie and Clint, they have not allowed me to see or speak to you. No more video calls, no more visits. They blocked the phone number for the jail so I can't call you. Birthday cards, Christmas cards, the letters I would send you boys, they were all returned or rerouted. All of my contact was cut off more than 2 years ago. So please, please ask them. Please ask them for your cards, for your letters, if I've tried calling you. Please just ask them, whether it's now or in 10 years. The one thing I need you boys to know is I did not abandon you. I did not just walk out of your lives one day to never return.
What?
To never call.
Girl.
To never show up.
Girl, you killed their, bro. You unalived their dad. You absolutely, how is that not walking out of their life? You poisoned their dad, and then in turn, you took away not only their dad, but their mom too. She's just as bad as Bella. I don't think that she thinks she's done anything wrong at all. At all. This is crazy. Wow, I'm shocked.
Regardless of what anyone tells you, I would never, ever leave you boys. And I am so sorry if for even 1 second you thought that I did. If for even 1 second you thought that I didn't love you. Because that couldn't be further from the truth. You boys are my world. The reason I continue to wake up every day and fight to come home. You're my reason for living. I understand that you're in a difficult situation, mentally, emotionally, and physically. I understand you guys have been through an extremely difficult time this past 4 years. You should never have to deal with such tragedy, and I am so, so sorry that you were going through this. You boys have the right to be angry and sad and confused, feel in survival mode, have questions, all of this is completely valid. Your feelings are completely valid. And one day when this is all over, we can sit down and talk about all of this and sort it all out. And I promise you boys, one day it will be over. I'm not perfect. I have succeeded and I have failed. As a person, as a wife, as a parent, we all do. I have done plenty of things I am not proud of. Some I regret, some I don't. Some I'm ashamed of, and some I'm not. I regret things I have done right in my life to later find out they were for the wrong people. I have said things I shouldn't have. I've done things I shouldn't have. Sometimes I haven't said what I should or not meant what I did say. There are things I can't change and long overdue apologies that I owe. There are would-haves and could-haves and should-haves. We all have them. We have all done them. And you boys will too one day, but in your own way. And that's okay. That's life, and we're human. Nobody is all good or all bad. We just get portrayed that way. You're going to succeed and achieve amazing things in this life. You're also going to make mistakes and fail at some things. But use those.
All right, look, I'm not even kidding. I have to double check, but I'm almost certain that she took out insurance policies on the boys too. Put a 1 in chat if anybody is familiar with that. I'm almost certain when we were doing the deep dive into this case, she took out policies on the boys too. And one of the main reasons that Eric didn't leave was because he was afraid for the boys. I hate saying this word because it's often overused, but she is 100% a narcissist. Yes, she is. Right, Smiley? Just my girls, you remember? Yeah, I'm telling y'all, I'm pretty certain that she took insurance policies out on the boys too. Right, just my girls. I'm telling you, this lady is oof. Oof.
Opportunities to grow and to learn. They do not define you, and don't ever let other people make you think that they do. We are not defined by our best or our worst moments. We fall somewhere in the middle, ever evolving, and you boys are ever evolving. Secrets diminish self-respect. They lose trust. They make us lose ourselves. I fell in love with someone who wasn't your dad. Your dad fell in love with someone who wasn't me. I did things behind your dad's back. He did things behind mine.
Wow.
Don't keep secrets. Always put your spouse first.
Oh my God. She's still accusing this man of cheating on her when there's absolutely no evidence that he did whatsoever. I cannot believe she's doing that. She's still gonna put that on his back. To his own kids.
Your dad and I didn't always do this, but don't be like us in that aspect.
Wow.
We made mistakes that I know I regret. And I'm sure if he were here today, he would say that there are a few things he regrets as well. Marriage is hard. Marriage takes work. Marriage takes love. Big love. Deep love. And you may think about divorce and you will have fights, but then you will make up and you will forgive each other. Because when your love is enough, your love keeps you together.
Oh my God.
Your love is all you need to ignore the noise. And your love never fails. Sometimes your dad would want to throw in the towel on our marriage, or I would want to throw in the towel on our marriage. But we never did. We always found our way back to each other. I would pick up his towel, or he would pick up mine. We'd hand them back to each other and start again. Because our love never failed. We stopped keeping track of each other's wrongdoings, and we forgave, and we moved on, and we loved. And if I had to relive all of those hard days all over again, I would do it without question. Your dad and I were a lot of things, a mess of sorts sometimes. But we were this crazy, beautiful mess that made us a family because our love was enough.
My God.
Our hard days never outweighed our good days. Our weak moments never outweighed our most memorable happy days. We always laughed more than we cried. We failed at some things, but we never failed at loving you boys. Our love was enough to make our house a home. Our love was enough to stay together, to raise you boys. Our love was enough to forgive each other when others said that we shouldn't. To do things for each other others may disagree with. Our love was enough to protect each other, even though it may cost us everything. Love can make you lose yourself. Sometimes it makes you do things you know you shouldn't, but knowing it's not wrong at the same time, because your spouse is your person, and your love is enough. One day, you will meet someone and fall in love and understand that just your love is enough. Enough to withstand everything else, the noise of the world, the obstacles, the trials of marriage, the heartache, bad choices, forgiveness. You will understand your love is enough and your love never fails. Don't worry about what others think about your relationship. Don't worry if they would do things differently. You just love, and you love big, and you love deep, and you protect your love. Your dad and I didn't have it all together. Together, we really did have it all. Because we had you three.
Oh my God. Stop.
Don't let anyone choose the direction of your life by their opinions and their judgment.
Oh my Lord. You cannot. You cannot. Y'all, it's a beautiful when you tell on yourself. The people they're over there talking about, they got the call. In order to have the police call, you'd have to know that the cops were called to my house. Way to go on telling on yourself. Yeah, I'm so sick of this shit. I'm so sick of it. Right. She still, yeah, like I don't understand how she can say these things and with a straight face. Unbelievable. Hold on a second, y'all. Unbelievable. Fucking cops to my house. Y'all hear that? That was the cops. That's mine. Banging on my door with this flashlight. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah. Banging on my front door with a flashlight. Y'all want to tell me it's fake? Okay, QB. Let's hope they don't come. No cops come to your fucking door. Sick of it, man. I mean, nobody deserves to go through this shit. Nobody. I don't care if you like me or not. This is wrong. I mean, it's as real life as real life gets. Bullshit. Thank you, Carolina Moon. It is unreal. I'm not just the RN. No, she didn't have it together, GS mom. Right, Randa. Exactly. Saying that I'm not responding. And that you know, the same old stupid bullshit. Let's keep going.
Being able to hold yourself together in the worst of situations doesn't make you emotionless. Separating personal and business life and emotions doesn't make you unreasonable. Resentment can get the best of others. Don't let it get the best of you. People will always have a lot to say about lives they've never lived. Live your life the way you choose to live it. Just be safe and be healthy and be happy. That's all that matters. Sometimes people will want you to believe that life is simply black and white, that situations are black and white, but they're not. Life, situations, they are full of color. At the very least, shades of gray. Always question the color, even if you're only questioning the gray areas. Keep an open mind. Question
What does that
situations
even mean?
and stay curious.
What does that even mean? What is she? Does she even know what she's saying? This chick is wow.
You will have some people in your life tell you how their love for you is unconditional. But once your most private life has been revealed, you quickly find out just how conditional their love actually was. Choose the people you hold close to your heart wisely. And always be the friend that walks into somebody's life when everyone else chooses to walk out. Always remember, the only people you owe your loyalty to are those people who never made you question theirs. Every day you wake up, you get a second chance at life, to do whatever you want, be whoever you want, to succeed in all your dreams. Take the day and run with it. It's a blessing. Don't take it for granted. Sometimes you will have hard days when all you want to do is count all the ways things are going wrong or have gone wrong in your life. In that moment, stop, take a minute, take a step back, take a breath, and switch your thinking to count all the ways that it has gone right, all the good that has come to you, boys, all the grace, the blessings, and the love. Remember that anyone can give up on something. That's the easy way out. True strength comes when everyone is expecting you to fall apart, but you hold it together, persevering through the hardest of times. Always persevere. Always prove them wrong, because you boys don't give up and you boys will never quit. There's always going to be someone out there ready to tear you down, misrepresent you, lie about you, tell half truths, and judge you. They will judge you on decisions you do or don't make, what you did or didn't do, what you did or didn't say. They will take out of context and twist your words. They will judge you on your emotions or the way you grieve. You may show too much emotion. You may not show enough. They will tell you you're not grieving correctly. You're too angry. You're too sad. You're holding it together too well or not well enough. Or maybe you're too ambitious. They will judge you on your demeanor. If you cry, if you don't cry, if you don't do anything at all. And all of this will get misinterpreted into something that it's not, formed by the opinions of who's ever creating it. And then silence is also too often misinterpreted and misjudged. But when people behave that way, it has much more to do with them personally.
She's using, exactly, Smiley. She's using the boys to make statements. Exactly. It's like she's using the boys to be passive aggressive and take jabs at the family, basically, is what's happening.
Than it does you. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. It doesn't make it true. Remember who you are and what you stand for, the truth, and ignore the noise.
Let me speed it up a little bit because she really, oh my gosh. Tell me if that's too fast, guys.
Ignore their noise. Ignore their egos, their entitlement, and their biased judgment. Those who abuse the power and the positions they hold will have a higher power to report to one day, and that higher power holds the final truth, their final truth. Don't ever let someone tell you how to show emotion, how you're supposed to react to any given situation. Don't care what others think about you, what others say about you. Just let them talk. Just be you, be yourself, be authentic, be genuine. Because those who truly know you, who truly love you, is all you need. Forgive those who turn their back on you, but never forget. Don't hold hate in your heart toward others. It only brings you down more than it does them. Apologize when you're wrong, even if that apology is long overdue. You can't change what you can't change, and you can't change the past. But you can take accountability when you mess up. Admit when you make a mistake, even when it's embarrassing or humiliating, even when it can ruin relationships, careers, or your integrity. Be honest with yourself and those you need to. But never apologize for something you didn't do. Never admit to something you didn't do. And never beg for mercy for something you didn't do. Don't take the easy way out. Always stand up for what's right, even if you find yourself standing alone or with a small group of people that love you. Believe in yourself and be brave. Never give up on your fight, no matter how long it takes, months, even years. Never give up on truth, justice, and the fight of corruption. When something is broken, fix it. When something doesn't make sense, question it. If money is paying for it, follow the money. Your brothers are your best friends. Your dad and I raised you boys that if you cared about nothing else in this world, you care about each other. Your brothers will always be there for you. They will always be your brothers. You love them. You protect them. You take care of each other. You support each other. You help each other. And you trust one another. You be loyal to one another. And you keep each other safe and healthy and happy. And you stay together no matter what. You have each other's backs. Be patient with one another. Don't keep track of wrongdoings. Let them go. Forgive. Move on. Show compassion and empathy toward each other. And never go a day without telling one another you love each other. Because you are never too old or too cool or too busy to love each other. Don't ever settle for just good. Go for great.
in school, in your career, in hunting, in fishing, in your relationships, in your goals. Exceed expectations. Be like your dad. Be generous. Be charitable. Stay humble. Give when you have too much. Give more than you take. Help when others are in need. Serve your community. Be like your dad. Never stop learning through education, through people, through travel and culture, through business and friends, from your success and achievements, from your mistakes and failures. Be like your dad.
All right, hold on a second. Let's get through this.
Love the outdoors. Find your peace, your therapy, your heart and soul on the top of a mountain somewhere where it's quiet, where it's calm, where you will be able to feel the spirits of those that you love and miss the most. Be like your dad. Laugh. Laugh often.
Yes.
Laugh
old
loud.
time. She's also
Laugh when you
using
want to
their
cry.
children to try to make herself
Laugh when
look
you're
good.
mad.
Yeah.
Have that laugh that everyone
Yep.
recognizes and no one will ever forget. Even when you're gone. Be like your dad. Love your family through the good, the bad, the disagreements, the back and forth arguments. Choose forgiveness. Choose love. Choose happiness. Be a loyal brother. Be a noble son. Be like your dad. Have the hobbies that bring you excitement and joy, that give you a break from life, but build your life full of people and family who you love and that love you. Build a family that makes you happy to come home to every day, with a career that makes you hold your head high. Be the friend everyone wants to be friends with, and the dad that everyone wishes they had. Be like your dad. As your parents, your dad and I wanted to give you every opportunity or choice that we didn't have. We would do anything for you boys, or break our backs falling over obstacles and finding our way to be sure you had the best of the best. Even if we didn't always do it well or have the right answers or the words, we would give you everything that we had. But the one thing I can't give you boys are the answers that you want the most. Because I can't give you something that I don't have. An explanation that I just don't know. I've never lost a son. I've never lost one of my brothers, a nephew, or a best friend. But I did grow up with a single mother, and I have lost my father. I do know what it's like to wonder, what if Dad could have watched me graduate college, walk me down the aisle, be there for the birth of one of you boys? If only Dad were here. I do know what that's like. The lifetime of pain that brings, the sadness and the anger, I would never wish that upon anyone. Especially you boys. My own sweet babies. It's a lifetime of what ifs and if onlys. An empty hole in your heart where your dad's supposed to be. He's supposed to fill. He's supposed to walk through life with you, with us, with our family. I do know what that's like. So murder, an attempted murder, 4 years later. And it's still hard for me to say those words out loud. They get caught in my throat. I turn my stomach. And I try to avoid them as much as possible. Because it makes me physically sick to think about. But still to this day, I can't believe this is real sometimes. That this is our life. That this is my life. Convicted of taking one of the people out of my life that filled it the most. My husband, the father of my children, still in shock and still in disbelief. Accused and now convicted of such a heinous crime. Potentially costing me to never see you boys again. We just lost both of their parents, and there's no textbook answer on how or what we're supposed to do, how I'm supposed to react or move forward. And I'm so sorry you boys are being pulled through the middle of this absolute chaos. Between two families fighting that both love you so very much. Trust and assets, our home, none of it matters. You boys are what matter. Your safety, your health, mentally, emotionally, all of that should be being prioritized. I will and have always prioritized your safety. I am your mother, and that is my job. And for anyone to scare you otherwise is just cruel and heartless. I'm sorry that 8 people from a jury who have never met you or me or our family had the right to determine our future. And they did that in less than 3 hours. In a perfect world, there might be justice. But in a perfect world, nothing ever goes wrong. Tragedies don't happen. Some think a verdict or the sentencing will be the answer that they seek or that they need, but it won't. It will only give them something else to think about for a while. It may help to disperse some of their hurt or their resentment, but it won't relieve it. This grief will outlive us all. The hundreds of lives that this has affected. The lifelong trauma you boys have suffered this last 4 years will outlive us all. You haven't had to just endure losing one parent, but losing 2. And no child should ever have to go through that. Especially when one was an unforeseen tragedy and the other based on injustice and a system we're supposed to trust. Your dad's memory will always be the kind that's a physical hurt, a tightening in your chest when you think of him, particularly on days like today, his birthday, because he was so loved that no verdict or sentence will ever be able to release that kind of suffering. I'm broken without your dad. I'm broken without you boys. God did not put me in this world to take a life. God put me in this world to give life, your lives. And I don't know who or what I'm supposed to be if it's not a mother. Your mother. And as much as you've been influenced into thinking that Dad was murdered, that I took your dad from you, that is completely wrong and an absolute lie. And the thought of that is still as absurd today as it was 4 years ago. And just because someone may not be perfect, that's a far reach for them to be capable of murder, to kill someone, someone. Your dad was in physical pain, a lot of physical pain. And just because some people didn't know or didn't want to see certain things doesn't mean they weren't happening or they weren't true. He would have never left us intentionally. And I would have never taken him from you, from us. He was the glue that held us all together, that made us, us. Every little boy needs their father. Because he's supposed to teach you the things that I could never explain. He's supposed to teach you and do things with you that only a dad can do. And only he could give you those life lessons between a father and a son. I would have never taken that from you boys. I know how much you need him, how much you loved him, how much you aspire to be just like him. And I would have never taken that from you. And I'm so sorry that I can't bring him back for you, for me, for our family. I can beat myself up all day about how I could have been a better person or made better personal choices. And I can understand and accept you boys being upset about those things. But murder? No, absolutely not. I will not accept that. And I will not be blamed for something I did not do. I will appeal and fight these charges no matter how long it takes. Not because I have anything to prove to this court, to the state, to the Richins family, or to the world, but I do have something to prove to you three. I do care what you boys think, and I need you boys to know the truth. And because of that, I will never quit or give up on this fight for justice, the truth, and coming home to you. So please, I know that right now you may not believe me, that you believe I took Dad from you, and that's okay. I still and will always love you, and I'm asking that you please just don't give up on me. I'm coming home. Not today, not this year, but we're going to make this right. Our justice system will get this right, although this courtroom can't seem to. We have a long road ahead, but I will never quit fighting my way home to you boys. I love you more than these words could ever express. I loved you before I ever met you. And I will love you long after I'm not here to say it. And every minute of every day, I miss you boys more and more. And I think about how much I wish I could be with you, that this nightmare would go away, and we could have our family back. This entire situation isn't fair to anyone, but it's especially not fair to you three. And you boys are all that matters. I want to remind you just how strong you are, that you were loved by so many. And I am beyond proud of you, of everything you have overcome, everything you have achieved, and how much you bring into this world. Sorry. You boys have been through so much, and I wish I could take away all your sadness and all your pain. Tell you how much Dad and I love you, and that everything's going to be okay. I wish I could count the freckles on your little cheeks. read you books before bed. And help you with all your homework. I wish I could help you through your toughest nights. And hear your laugh through your happiest days. But for now, that's just not the way it is. We have to be strong. We have to remember that our strength grows in these moments when we don't think we can go on. But we keep going on anyway because we have to push through these hard days. Because in the end, at the end of this war, it will be so worth it. But I need you boys to always keep pushing through these hard days because this will come to an end. I just need you to hang in there. Listen to your little hearts. Listen to your little bellies for the truth. Before you were told who to be and what to believe, remember who you are. Remember who we are. Remember our family. I will continue to call you every day, even if my calls are blocked. Just so you know that I'm here. I've always been here. And I will always be here. My cards, my letters, they will never stop. I will never stop. I love you forever, Mom.
That's all you have.
Jesus, Lord. Finally. I thought it was never going to end. Please don't come in here asking if I'm okay. I'm perfectly fine. Don't do that. I'm not going. I don't want that passive aggressive bullshit in my. Oh my God. No, don't. There's no need to ask if I'm okay. I'm perfectly fine, Casey. Yes, please don't come in here asking if I'm okay. I'm perfectly fine. Especially when I've got people that are calling the cops to my house in the middle of the night. We're absolutely over it. All right. I'm going to go ahead and get worthy of a nomination, Academy Award for finish performance. Well, we'll talk more about it tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and end it now. We sat through 45 minutes of that I mean, I don't even know what you call that. She just, mm. Mm. Oh, thank you, Yehuda, for being a member for 18 months. We're going to end this out. We're going to go. I hope y'all have a good All right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and get off here. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for everything. I appreciate it. Y'all have a blessed and safe night.